Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Lord Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, I gotta let you know that this video was brought to you by Big Print Champs. As always, make sure you get your merchandise. Make sure you get your merchandise needs met. Tap in, use code Bully10 at checkout. Get all of that. Your iconic Hurt Season shirts, ski masks, how we tease, everything you need to stay in tune and stay in step. So the Philadelphia Eagles continue to add coaches to this thing, during this early part of the offseason. It's not even the Super Bowl yet, and we already got a new OC, a new defensive coordinator, a new linebacker, you know what I mean? A new defensive back coach. The Philadelphia Eagles are a safety coach. The Eagles are coming out here swinging. But before we talk about that, let's talk about Brian Johnson still maintaining his stature and his, coaching, legacy or whatever have you. In the NFC East, he will be in some capacity helping out the offense of the Washington Commanders. He wasn't named offensive coordinator, but talk about a swing and a miss, man. They wanted Ben Johnson. They had to settle for Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn wanted all those Dallas players. The Dallas Cowboys blocked all of those efforts as well. You know what I mean? They wanted Al Harris. They wanted a lot of guys. And, it just didn't pan out the way that they wanted. And, Brian Johnson, in a lot of ways, to me, it kind of feel like they settled. But, tomorrow we're going to talk about that, man. I'm talking to one of the best commanders, content creators out there. You know what I'm saying? Arabia, she like that, man. The knowledge is bar none. And we're going to dive a little deeper into, what's going on with the Commanders. We're going to talk about some Philadelphia Eagles as well. But the Eagles get a new inside linebacker coach, Bobby King. The Tennessee Titans, he's going to have a similar role in Philly, so they're not even really naming him as a linebacker coach. He's going to have a similar role, but in a lot of ways, this also feels like some sort of a swing and a miss because we wanted Caldwell, we wanted Joe Barry, I believe. A lot of these guys took jobs in other places, and the Philadelphia Eagles had to get what they could get. The one claim to fame with this guy, in my opinion, is that he has been around, Zach Cunningham a lot, and Howie Roseman really, really gave Zach Cunningham some praise. You know what I mean? A lot of people think Zach Cunningham was kind of 50-50 for us last year, but, he's been around Zach Cunningham, a lot. He's familiar with Zach Cunningham. I don't even know if Zach Cunningham is coming back, so I don't even know if that matters or not. But, what kind of linebackers are the Philadelphia Eagles looking to have? You know what I mean? You got to have linebackers if you're going to run this system of, Vic Fangio. So what kind of linebackers are we looking for? What are we looking for? What are we looking for our defense to look like in 2024? That's the big question for me. It's a lot of things that got to be answered, only on the football field. I'm not expecting the Philadelphia Eagles to go out here and draft at the position. I'm not expecting the Philadelphia Eagles to go out here and do anything for real. But we do know this. We can't put all our eggs in the Nakobe Dean basket anymore. You know what I mean? I saw an article about, that not happening. And, the Philadelphia Eagles have to do, they have to address the linebacking position. You can't come out here and say this year that, Nakobe Dean is going to be the one to fix this issue for us. Nah. You got to go out there and you got to make something happen at linebacker. I'm tired of being subpar at the position. I'm tired of not having stars at the position. I'm tired of letting potential stars walk away like TJ Edwards, to name a few. I'm tired of being cheap at the position. You got to draft high, or you got to go out there and get somebody who's a bona fide talent at the position. You know what I mean? Your Super Bowl window is still open, if you ask me. You made the playoffs 3 straight years in a row. Not a lot of people doing that. One resulting in a trip to the playoffs, but we ain't bring nothing home. Go out there and stop being cheap at the linebacker position, man, because what we seen in the playoffs is linebacker play is king. Linebacker play is what matters. You know what I mean? It's what matters. Us as fans and content creators, we can do all the talking we want. The Jeremiah Trotter Juniors of the world. All of these guys. The Eagles don't draft linebackers high. Nakobe Dean was one of the highest drafted linebackers in a very, very long time, and it's looking like a busted tire in that situation. You know what I mean? With all due respect, it ain't looking good. He can't stay on the football field. So the Philadelphia Eagles have to go out there and in some way, in some capacity, make it happen. They got to go out there and make it happen. You know what I mean? You got to spend some money or you got to draft somebody who's going to be compatible to what Vic Fangio and his defense is trying to do. You know what I mean? You got to go out there and do it. So, let's see how this pans out. The vibes. Make sure you tune in tomorrow at 2 p.m. We're gonna be going live. We're gonna be talking Eagles, Commanders. It's gonna be a fun one, man. I can't wait, man. The knowledge that she has is just bar none. You know what I mean? It's gonna be talking like to an expert. So I really got this one circled on my calendar, man. You know the vibes, man.